red? You don't drink white or rosé? No, just no. Me, only red. You know, I never really understood that from a real wine lover. Anyway, hi, I'm Larry Baker. I am a certified level 2 sommelier and a senior wine and spirit specialist for ABC Fine Wine and Spirits here in my hometown, beautiful downtown. Is there a downtown? I don't know. Sunrise, Florida, near the Sawgrass Mills Shopping Center. I was inspired again by my sales manager, who does a monthly class on new wines that we haven't tasted before, revisiting old wines that we are, and he's also happens to be an Italian wine ambassador, Paul Quaglini, and he is our Italian wine buyer who really searches the country of Italy for that unique wine and restaurant quality stuff that he brings in from many small importers that he searches for. And right now, you know, going back to what I did on the cold open here, I never understood people. They say, I'm only red, I only drink white, I don't like red, I don't like rosé, I don't like real wine drinkers. We love wine. I mean, sure, there are some health benefits more. I could get that. I get that for red wine. But to say, I can't imagine that any real true wine lover, especially any sommelier like myself, but any real wine enthusiast would only say, I only drink red wine or I only drink white wine. You know, we love both. It depends what we're eating. It depends what we're drinking. I mean, wine is wine. It has flavors of fruit and different nuances that I can't imagine that I would only be drinking one color wine for whatever, unless it was just strictly that you're just you know, health benefits. You want the tannins of the skins and resveratrol and antioxidants. However, grapes that are popular, that really aren't popular in Italy, one of them is Pinot Grigio. Italians in not many spots of Italy, really, they have so many other grape varietals that are more interesting usually than Pinot Grigio. In that northeast corner is where most of it comes from, in Venezia and in the Veneto area, and also in the Friuli area, also in that northeast corner, Collio, Pinot Grigio, and an Alsace wine that is becoming very popular, but they usually ask for American one that are blended with other grapes, is Gewurtzraminer. I've talked about Alsace Gewurtzraminer smelling like rose petals, and it's got that semi-sweet lychee taste that typical of Gewurtzraminer. But who would think, you know, a great Pinot Grigio and a great Gewurtzraminer from Italy? Yes, Alto Adige. Alto Adige is in the northeast corner of Italy, right on the Swiss Alps, right on the border, I believe, of Austria there. In that area, it's, you know, not too far away from that area in Alsace there, but also in that corner where, you know, these grapes like Pinot Grigio are king, and Gewürztraminer also is made, and other great red varietals as well as white varietals in that northeast corner. That's where you're going to find, I think, some of the best whites coming out of Italy. But more importantly, you've seen it in beer, you've seen it on the Belgian beers, you've seen it. Who makes the best products? I don't know. This is it's going to sound humorous. I'm not making fun. If you're a monk, I don't know. If there's monks following me, I guess they can, because they can't talk. They're in silence. They just sit in a room. I think they got nothing else to do. I don't mean this in a bad way, but sit around and make good beer and great wine. I mean, the Trappist monk, the Chimay beers, all that monastery stuff that's made in monastery by an active monastery seems to be the best wines and the best beers, and this is the producer I want to talk about. Another fine selection that I've tasted for years, and finally we gave it a shot, and it's flying off the shelf. The Pinot Grigio has been flying off the shelf from that region in the corner. There are popular. There's one popular brand that you know it, and I won't mention it, but it comes from that same Alto Adige corner that's not very popular in Italy, but popular in America. And this one is made by the monastery. Murigri is the pronunciation, I believe, of the winery or the monastery there, and they make both of them here in the Alto Adige region. Showing number one, this is the bottle of the Monastery. That's their active monastery. They call it Cantina Convento. I guess that means like convent, you know, whatever what is the name of the house? I don't know too much about monks, you know. But I think the way that my life is in my personal life, I think I am close to being a monk. So maybe I ought to go out and make wine in Alto Adige. But all kidding aside, I've tasted these wines for years, and I'm so happy that Paul and the tasting panel that you know, sources and certifies our wine from these producers decided to take a chance, because it's really working well. This is probably, in my career of tasting Italian Pinot Grigio from anywhere, one of my most favorite. It doesn't taste like any other Pinot Grigio I've ever tasted. Not only does it have the beautiful crispness and the acidity that's just perfect, that pushes the fruit forward there, and 13.5% alcohol, which is really solid for a white wine, and could be a little lower, but it's still good. It's, you don't taste the alcohol, but it's got some savory notes in there besides just you know, just a boring sour lemon apple Pinot Grigio. It's got the good fruit, the good citrus, and a little bit of savory note that makes it one of the most complex flavored Pinot Grigios that even I, who doesn't drink Pinot Grigio of that varietal like most Italians don't, would find this really interesting. Notice the dark glass bottle. That's important. That keeps the sunlight out, and you know, and the sun will come out tomorrow. Another selection of the great Nadia Galati and Albero imports. I am so happy. At $18.99, it's a penny more than the popular brand, but let me tell you, light years apart in my opinion. It's flying. 3 cases a week out of the shelf. Since we brought it in, we ran out, and we had a reorder. And Gewurtzraminer is the last thing you would expect to be drinking from Italy, but I just tasted this morning. I'm going to taste it again and give you live notes. This is the Sudatrol, the Gewurtzraminer from Grigio, the Monastery. Again, this is $19.99, and I really wasn't. 14.5% alcohol didn't sound like Italian white wine for me. The alcohol is totally integrated. The minerality, the acidity, the pH balance is dead on, spot on in this Gewurtzraminer. So Gewurtzraminer, when you taste it, it's a little bit too cold now. I pour it in our ABC glass, always be celebrating glass. Here, I'm going to warm it up a little bit. You'll see people doing this. In America, we drink our white wines way too cold and our red wines way too warm, the opposite of what they do. So to really get the fruit that I got out of it this morning, it was at proper drinking temperature. I'm going to give it a little swirl. This morning, it was just rose petals and flowers and lavender and everything on the nose. So, oh, now that I warmed it up, and it's got the lychee already comes through on the nose. That lychee, oh, do you love lychee fruit? But it's not overdone, because American Pinot Grigios or Gewurztraminers rather, are putting in other grapes and sugar, residual sugar. This probably doesn't have, maybe less than a gram, if any, residual sugar. This is bone dry. That's probably why the alcohol is higher, because they fermented all the sugar. Just gorgeous, like Valentine's Day. Man, this is so much, I am enjoying this better. The nose is so pretty, I don't even want to drink it, I just want to smell this. This is just gorgeous, gorgeous white wine, just to smell. Look at that golden, almost like 14-karat gold, liquid gold from monks who got nothing else to do. They don't watch The Bachelorette like me at home. I don't even think they have TVs in a monastery. They make wine and beer. This is what they do. Oh. This is, I'm telling you, I was scoring this wine right now 94 points. 94 points. Besides the lychees and the apples and the pears, little hint of spice. There's a little bit. Let me go in there again. The flowers are even on the palate here. I'm trying to put the note on the end of it. There's even a little bit of tropical, maybe mango in the hint in the back there, but there's definitely a savory note too in there. A little bit of spearmint. I'm getting spearmint now on the finish. A long, long finish. This might be the greatest glass of white wine I've ever tasted in my life. You know, this is it. I am so impressed with that I begged on the leftovers for Paul to give me. I knew he was going to maybe, but he was nice enough to let me. I'm just going to hold this glass. Forget about it. Grigio, Pinot Grigio, Monastery. And the Gewurtzraminer, and I hope at one day I heard we are going to bring in their red grape varietal called Lagrange. I've drank that with Nadia years ago. I am so proud to be representing these products at ABC. They're sourced and certified. You're not going to find them anywhere in any other retailer in the state of Florida, but right here at ABC. For further information about these two monastery-made wines and selections of Nadia Galati, go to our website, www.abcfws.com. You could also find us on Instagram and at ABC. Just put in ABC Fine Wine and Spirits and it'll come up. Our handle on all that at ABC Wine Country, at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. It all comes up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media sites. And you could always write me more by following this blog. You know how to do that. And I just want to leave me alone. Just and remember, with this bottle of, or this last little glass that's left over, remember, wine is not for snobs. It's for everyday people like you and me. And I think you will agree that Murray and Monasteries makes the best Pinot Grigios and best Gewurztraminer that you've ever had. Try this. Trust me, it's the best.